Okay, so just a quick video here to talk a little bit about OneNote and the things that you can do with OneNote, how it can be used, I guess, within a teaching setting. Just quickly on the nudgy computers, if you go to Start, All Programs, Launcher, you'll see something in there called Onenote Install. I'm not going to click that now because I've already installed it, but if you click that, your computer will muck around for 3 or 4 minutes and then you'll have OneNote installed. Once OneNote is installed, you can find it by going to All Programs, Microsoft Office, and you'll find OneNote there. Now I've already opened OneNote, and when you open OneNote for the first time, it looks like this. Now, I'll just walk you through sort of how I would tend to set things up. I'd go over here and right click, and I'd create a new notebook. Now, when you create a new notebook, you need to choose where to store it. I like to store it on my computer, and you can see it's just going to, the location here, you can choose it, but I'm going to put it in Documents, OneNote Notebooks. And you need to name it. Now I'm going to name that after one of my classes, Year 12 Maths B. I'm going to create that notebook. I'm going to create another notebook here, just so you can see how it all works. Again, to my computer, I'll call them 11 Maths A. Now, depending on how many classes you have, you might have 5 notebooks. Each of these notebooks here, that's my Year 12 Maths B notebook, that's my Year 11 Maths A notebook. Now, I'm going to go into my Year 12 Maths B one. Now, the filing system for OneNote works like this. You've got notebooks here, you've got sections of the notebook that go along the top here, and then you've got pages within the sections. So the filing system moves from left to top to right. So for instance, the first topic I did with my Year 12 Maths B is trigonometry. So that's going to be my first unit, or my first section. The second section that I'm doing with them is logarithms. So that's going to be my second section. And my third section, I think it might be exponentials. So I'll put that in there. So that's my Year 12 Maths B. My Year 11 Maths A, they're starting with finance. I'm just renaming these by double clicking them. I'm creating new ones by clicking that button there. The second thing that they're going to do, they're also going to do some trig, obviously a little bit easier than the 12 Maths B guys. Okay, so you can see that I can change from Year 12 Maths B, and all my 12 Maths B sections open up, and I can change to 11 Maths B, 11 Maths A, and all my finance sections open up. Okay, so if I go to my Year 12 Maths B, my first thing is going to be trigonometry. Now here's where I can change the titles of my pages. You can change the title of your page here by right-clicking it, I think. Actually, no, you can't. You change the title of your page by typing in here. And so I'll write Intro to Trig. That'll be my first lesson on trig. I'll create a new page here. So this will be the second lesson that I teach on trig. It'll be, what do we do here? Transformations of functions. Okay, and then some sort of new page, let's say solving trig functions. And so you can see that the way that I set it out, at least, is that each of these pages is a standalone lesson. Okay, so we're in our trig unit for 12 Maths B, and each one of these pages is going to be a unit. Now, the really cool thing about OneNote is that essentially this white section here is just a page. It's just a piece of paper. So usually you'll spend a lot of time in this home section here. The thing that I like to do is put my learning goals up here. So all I did was double click and it immediately starts letting me type, and I can type wherever I want, and I can move that typing to wherever I want. So if I wanted it up the top there, I can do that. Learning goals, I don't know what a trig function is. solve it using whatever, technique 1. Okay, and I like to put little things here. Highlight that, go to home, and you can see you can put little stars, question marks. I put little to-do boxes, and when we get our learning goal done, I like to put a little tick in there. Okay, so that's how my lessons always start off. Each one of my pages ends up with something that looks like that. Now, let's say you went on the web and you thought, oh, I'm going to use this picture here. I know this is an accounting picture. I'm going to use this accounting picture. You can use your snipping tool. So if you press Windows S, so press the Windows button and then the letter S, the snipping tool happens. Now that means that you can draw a picture around anything on your screen at all. I'm going to draw a picture around this. Now, just tell it that you don't want it to ever ask you, and you always want it to copy it to the clipboard. It'll copy it to the clipboard. Now, just come here and press Control V for paste, and you can see our little spreadsheet here gets pasted in here. Now, once it's in there, you can do all sorts of things. I spend a lot of time in the Draw tool here. Now, I use my writing tablet often. Where are we? Okay, I use my writing tablet often to circle things, to write stuff, to write whatever you want here is fine. So you can see that you can sort of talk about things as you go, circle things as you go. In your drawing tool, you can also use the highlighting tool. If something's important, you can highlight it. Within drawing, it'll also do some shapes. It'll do some arrows if you want to do that. It also has this really cool thing. I'll just show you here. If I draw a picture down here, so I'm going to draw something. But then I think, oh, there was something I forgot to teach them. I want to stick it in there. Within your draw commands, there's an insert space function. Just go in there, insert some space. Okay, and whatever it is that I wanted to tell them that was really important, I can start writing in there. So it's a really free-form way of working. It's kind of like a cross between Word and PowerPoint and spreadsheets. You can insert anything. You can insert a table if you want. You can insert a picture, a link, whatever you want to do. You can insert a table here. You can see a table appears down there where my writing is. I can move that table so it's out of the writing. So OneNote's a very freeing way of working. It's a really nice way of combining drawing and typing and pictures and everything that you want to do into one lesson. Now, once you've done your lesson, once you've finished doing it, what you can do is go to File, Save As, and you can save that individual page that you were working on. That's what the things down the right-hand side are called. You can save that individual page as a PDF. You can save it as a whole bunch of different types of things, but I find saving it as a PDF is most useful. Now, once I've saved it as a PDF, it'll ask me where I want to save it. If I save it to my Google Drive, and I save it to the particular class I'm talking about, and I hit save, now they'll all be able to see that appear in their own Google Drive. So there's a record of that lesson that you've taught. Okay, that's essentially OneNote and some of the things that you can do with it. Once you've got the filing system organized left to right, and once you've sort of played with the draw tool and the insert, and you know how to save as a PDF, after that it's really playing with it and deciding how it suits your work, how it suits your workflow best.